For a lie this big to be sold to us, I figure it's got to be so big that it becomes basically invisible. Yet at the same time, it also runs in the background of almost everything that we do. For anything to be sold to us at this level, it has to be repeated over and over and over again. It has to become like a mantra, so ingrained in us that to even question it is to look crazy or stupid or both. At the same time, the fear of questioning a lie this big is almost like saying the emperor has no clothes. You're not just going to live the truth in a matrix that wants you stuck without some very real potential risk.
And I've worked with some in the UN who know exactly what they're up to and what they're doing. And when you call them on it, all of a sudden you're marginalized. I know that firsthand.
Yet the flip side is the level of freedom most don't even get to experience in their lifetime. Now, the most common theme associated with this lie is the American pie. No, not that American pie. The old-fashioned kind. The kind everybody wants a slice of.
And effectively what they're trying to say is that if you look at your market, it's a pie. And your TAM is effectively the pie, and your market share is a slice of the pie.
Yet there's another way, and it's about recognizing the abundance everywhere.
I think that's very flawed thinking. And I think if we would have done that at Shopify, we would not be a $100 billion company. Our version was not, let's take a piece of the pie. Rather, let's grow the pie itself.
Growing the pie. So effectively, there's abundance everywhere in the ongoing dynamic unfolding of everything, rather than it being a static landscape. Nature is actually abundantly producing all the time.
If you were in a bakery and there was a pie and you ate a piece of pie, there would be less pie for everybody else. But if you are in a garden and you eat an apple from an apple tree in an apple orchard in a garden, you expose the seeds. You plant those seeds in the ground, and your consumption created the production of 6 more trees. That's why the economic pie is a myth. Because in God's ideal environment for men and women, consumption creates production.
Yet I can feel this lie everywhere, especially with time and money. So how do we break this lie of lack that many will actually cling to and defend with their lives? It's that ingrained in many of us. So how do we change that? Now there's a bigger solution to this, but the simple idea that leads up to this that I've been embracing recently is the idea of being curious. So it's staying curious and playing with the unfolding of the now, a now disconnected from past or future, or the ideal as Dispensa describes here.
Environment is controlling the way you're thinking and feeling. So to change is to be greater than your environment, to not respond the same way, not to think the same way, not to act the same way in the same conditions, okay? And not be in the predictable future and the familiar past, you got to be in the present moment, means overcome time. Okay, that's our model for change.
Dispensa actually works on a transformational journey that people take that can instantly actually change exactly who they are, even though they may have sickness and illness, but also just unlocking so much abundance that's inside them already. What's amazing is that it is there already and people miss it. Now, there may be some of you or even a part of you that rejects all of what I said about there being such abundance, or that you can actually simply get to it by being in the now. That it really is that simple. Look to what's actually unfolding in the now rather than what's running off in your head or what's happening in society, right and left. Yet the simplicity of the solution is actually what makes it elusive. And that's all by design. As Myron Golden points out, simple solutions have been programmed out of us.
We've been programmed in a miseducational, misdirectional system, aka the government indoctrination camps, child prisons, schools, whatever you want to call them, to believe that if an answer is too obvious, it must be the opposite. So we don't even realize that the so-called educational system has programmed us to ignore the simple truth and find a complicated lie.
This programming has actually contributed to many not seeing the lies unfolding around us all the time that are leading to our destruction.
Talk to in the media and the industry. I've done a lot of interviews, podcasts. Believe that these are random and spontaneous events that are springing up all over the world, and they're reluctant to see any kind of an orchestrated, planned, systematic dismantling of our species and our planet.
This is very sophisticated, and they have extraordinary computing power. They're modeling all the different kind of advanced game theory and other types of modeling to anticipate where you need to put more fear into the system and so on. So we need a false flag over there or whatever, however it works.
The real truth? We are alive in one of the greatest times in history, full of abundance. And instead of destruction, we actually have a chance to flourish as never before. Humanity as a whole is actually emerging from being the seed to being the tree.
It has to cease to be a seed. If you are unwilling to stop being what you've been being, you can never become all that you desire to be. You got to let go of what you've been being, or you will never become all that you can be.
Once we let go of the idea of lack and embrace the idea of abundance, where we go and collaborate, because what we effectively create competitively together is much greater than what we competitively basically create apart. We are actually moving through a new version of ourselves, the evolution of humankind, and the fullest expression of who we are. As we grow towards the greatest version of ourselves individually, so we do collectively. The world right now is basically unveiling at a pretty rapid rate. And in the process, people are waking up and embracing the next stage. That as we rediscover who we are and develop the full potential of all of us, we step into the next level of humanity. And that is exciting. I see that much more exciting and also much more possible than all the destruction and doom that's perseverated by the media and all of society as a whole. They want us to be destroyed, and it's by design. Yet at the same time, we are much more powerful than they've led us on to believe. And it's our chance right now, our responsibility to basically embrace all of what we are, all of our potential, and make that actual. In truth, we are connected. You are me, I am you, and we're one with the universe and God, or however you describe it. The more that you help another, the more you help yourself. And the more that we create communities that do this and connect those communities, the more those nodes come together, the more we co-create a future that evolves into something just amazing that we've never seen before, that go beyond even the technologies of old that are buried and hidden from us, beyond anything. Because when we finally really look and see that there have been former versions of our evolution destroyed, and that this one magical moment allows us to go beyond all those boundaries from before, and we can be the one evolution of humanity that actually makes it to the next level. We are the heroes here to get us to the next level. And it takes each of us connecting to all of us in our full potential to realize that. And in that embrace, we are leading each other home. The seed is changing into the tree. Rather than being fearful of the tree that grows to great heights, let go of the seed. Let go of the past elements that have gotten us here, and let us grow to something amazing. It's real, and it's definitely possible. So one of the ways you can join me in that, in a practical level, is basically seeing creativity as inherent in you. And instead of theorizing or deciding, okay, I'm going to write a book, and then getting all caught in your head, it's establishing crucibles of where you want to go. Now, for me, that level of crucible involves communication. And that's why I'm on YouTube, to get better and better and better at communicating. And so I see YouTube as a crucible of that evolution of my ability to communicate and share ideas and create and co-create with all of you that watch. And then joining community as I build that forward, and as you build it forward. It's all wonderful, but you have to ground it in actual action. And that's where crucibles come into play. An email crucible, an offer crucible, a communication crucible such as YouTube. All of those are there. And it's very simple. Again, it's simple by design. It's simply there, and it's so simple that it escapes everyone. They think they need all the complicated new stuff, all the new complicated technology, when all that's needed is a crucible that allows you to get 1% better and 1% better, and always looking for that evolution of yourself in other people as well. And so that's why the crucibles are there. And you could go right now and get on YouTube and get all the information from YouTube and build that communication conduit. I do have a place where you can sign up and I can share my ideas on doing that. But it's all out there and it's beautiful. If my ideas resonate with you, maybe in sharing what I have come upon will help you. And in that I invite you. But the beauty of it is teachers are everywhere. And that there are no longer gurus. We all teach each other along the way. And it's not just what I've experienced, but what I have come across and what I share. It's guiding as a teacher. It's being all those, the teacher, the guide, the guru, but all at once and back again. Never getting stuck in any one of those and always keeping the beginner's mind going forward. So if that resonates with you, I invite you to sign up below. And I'm going to do my imperfect, perfect best to share with you my ideas so that you actually develop your own crucibles and you learn from those crucibles. You learn from the application and applying right away, not from getting trapped in perfection procrastination or learning procrastination, but actually doing. And that's the beauty of the crucible itself. Several crucibles, and it's co-creation at its best. But it takes the simplicity and embracing that simplicity, the free throws over and over again, and embracing the free throws and the mastery of craft over time. So again, if that interests you, check it out down below. I appreciate you watching. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who you might think benefit. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.